Hi everybody, Jim Crawford with Better Homes and Gardens Real Estate. I'm here with Michael Bates of Farmers Insurance. How are you, Michael?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Fine, thank you. Thanks for taking the time to speak with us. I appreciate it.
Oh, I thank you for reaching out to us. Thank you.
Absolutely. So tell us a little bit about the business and how you got started.
Interestingly enough, I got started in insurance right out of college, and that was my first experience learning that relationships are more important than anything.
Without question.
Right? And so then from there, I did end up 35 years in public education in the digital publishing world, education digital publishing.
Okay.
And then in 2018, I came back to my first real love, which was insurance.
Sure. That's great. Can you tell us a little bit about some of the products and services that you offer? I know not all insurance companies or organizations do the same things.
We are full service, which means life, your personal lines, which is your home and your auto, umbrella for liability, and then also business. If you're a small business owner, we have a lot to offer for small business. And then also in this agency, we do offer health care for the Medicare, for Medicare.
Okay, excellent. So you work with individuals and with businesses.
Absolutely.
That's great. Fantastic. Can you think of a memorable experience with a client or customer?
I have several. One of the things I really enjoy the most is helping the client discover what's most important to them. I think when they first start looking at insurance, they come at it as, well, I need it. And so...
Right, a necessity versus...
Right, it's a necessity,
yeah.
So just give me a quote. But what's been the most memorable is helping them discover that what they think they need is not actually what they need.
Hence why you come talk to an expert, because you don't know what you don't know.
Exactly. So when I hear things like, pay for what you need, I'm like, how do you know what you need?
Right.
Until you talk to somebody. And so the most memorable have been several experiences where people kind of have that aha moment and they
Sure.
realize that they weren't as well protected as they probably should be.
That's a prime example. It works the same in my business as well, in real estate. A lot of times people have a preconceived notion of how that relationship goes, but there's really a lot more behind the scenes that's really important, and to get the right professional in either industry is super important.
Absolutely. And one of the things that really drives me that I would like for everybody to know that's watching is that I'm truly driven by what's called service. And service means putting others' interests before your own.
Sure.
So it's not just giving it a positive customer experience, but true service is what's most important to you becomes what's most important to me.
Absolutely. And really, much like anything, that first meeting is where you can uncover those things,
right,
and ask the right questions that then ultimately get the client or customer the right solution.
Correct.
Right. We always used to say prescription before diagnosis is malpractice.
Right.
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 How about maybe something that folks wouldn't know about you or your business?
So one thing most folks wouldn't know about me is how I'm, I guess, a true love of leadership development. What does that really mean? Well, what that really means is intrinsically within us, we all have that capacity to make change, whether it be in a organization where we work, or maybe a volunteer situation. I always, kind of joke that if you want to change the world, kind of change you first.
Sure.
Right? Because then you will attract to you who you are, not who you want.
Certainly.
So you get into a lot of those dynamics. So I really love working with people at a level where they're self-discovering what they're really capable of doing. And how that ties in then with the insurance, with Farmers Insurance. Farmers is very much driven by the same thing. Intrinsically, let's talk about what are the things that are most valuable to you. And as we discover that along the way, you're not buying now insurance, you're actually helping yourself solve a problem.
Sure.
And that's what I like about what I do.
That's fantastic. Makes a lot of sense. Absolutely. And we'll certainly have the links in the post so that folks can see that information as well.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Thank you so much.
How about, are there any upcoming events or promotions, anything that you'd want the folks to know?
Last year, believe it or not, with the distancing that had to happen, I got involved with a organization called the Hope Festival.
Okay.
And that'll be coming up in September. And it is an organization that is focused on reaching out to the more disadvantaged, but bringing together organizations like your local law enforcement, first responders, and working with families. So kind of bringing all these different community groups together to help solve kind of an ongoing issue with making sure that homes are safe moving forward. So
that's
it's called
great.
the Hope Festival.
We'll add the link there for that as well.
Absolutely.
That's great. Well, again, I'm Jim Crawford with Better Homes and Gardens Real Estate with Michael Bates of Farmers Insurance. Thanks again, Michael. I really appreciate the time.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you.